Then Moses made careful inquiry about the goat of the sin offering. Now the Lord spoke to Moses. Because it chose the good, but does not have cloven hooves. Carcass bowl shall clean, whether it is an oven or cooking stove. It shall be broken down, for they are unclean, and shall be unclean to you. Nevertheless, a spring of a certain, in which there is plenty of water, shall be clean. But whatever touches any such as carcass becomes unclean. And if a part of any such carcass falls on any planting seed which is unsown, it remains clean. But if the water put on seed, and if a part of any such carcass falls on it, it becomes unclean to you. And if any animal which you may eat dies, he who touches its carcass shall be unclean until evening. He who eats its carcass shall wash his clothes, and unclean until evening. He also who carries it shall wash his clothes, and creeping things that creeps on the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. Whatever crawls on its belly, whatever goes on all fours, or whatever has many feet among all creeping things that creep on earth. These you shall not eat, for they are abomination. You shall not make yourself abominable with any creeping things that creeps, nor shall you make yourself unclean with them, lest you be defiled. Therefore, consecrate yourself, and you shall be selves with any creeping things that creeps on the earth. For I am the Lord who brings you up out of the land of Egypt to be your God. You shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. This is the law of the animals and the birds and every living creatures that moves in the waters, and of every creatures that creeps on earth, to distinguish between the unclean and clean, and between the animal that may be eaten and the animal that may be eaten, not be eaten. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, If a woman has conceived and born a male child, then she shall be unclean 7 days. As in the 7 days of her customary impurity, she shall be unclean, and on the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised. She shall then continue in the blood of her purification 33 days. She shall not touch any hallowed things, nor come in the sanctuary until the days of her purification are fulfilled. If she bears a female child, she shall be unclean for 2 weeks, as in her customary impurity, and she shall continue in the blood of her purification 66 days. When the days of her purification are fulfilled, whether for the son or a daughter, she shall bring to the priest a lamb of the first year as a burnt offering, and a young pigeon
If you're thinking about
or a
changing your
turtle
career,
dove.
I really recommend you pick a career where you can change other people's lives, because in changing their lives, you absolutely change your own life too. I'm Marissa Peer, and I've been a therapist for years, and I created art.
Then he shall offer it become the Lord, and make anointment for her, and she shall be clean from the flow of her blood. This is the law for her who has born a male or a female. If she is not able to bring lamb, then she may bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, one as a burnt offering and the others as a sin of offering. So the priest shall make anointment for her, and she will be clean. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, When a man has on the skin of his body of swelling, a scab, or a bright spot, and it becomes on the skin of his body, then he shall be brought to Aaron the priest, or to the one of his sons, the priest. The priest shall examine the sore on the skin of the body, and if the hair on the sole has turned white, and the sore appears to be deeper than the skin of his body, then the priest shall examine him and pronounce him unclean. If the bright spot is white on the skin of his body and does not appear to be deeper than the skin, and its hair has not turned white, then the priest shall isolate the one who has sore 7 days, and the priest shall examine him on the 7th day. And indeed, if the sore appears to be as it was, and the sore has not spread on the skin, then the priest shall isolate him another 7 days. Then the priest shall examine him again on the 7th day, and indeed, if the sore has faded, and the sore has not spread on the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is only a scab, and shall wash his clothes to be clean. But if a scab should at all spread over the skin, after he has been seen by the priest for his cleansing, he shall sin by the priest again. And if the priest seen that the scab has indeed spread on the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is leprosy. When leprous sore is on the person, then he shall be brought to the priest, and the priest shall examine him, and indeed, if the swelling on the skin is white, and it has turned the white hair, and there is spot of a raw flesh in the swelling, it is an old leprosy on the skin of his body. The priest shall pronounce him unclean, and shall not isolate him, for he is unclean. If a leprosy breaks out all over the skin, and the leprosy covers all the skin of the one who has the sore, from his head to his foot, wherever the priest looks, then the priest shall consider, and indeed, if leprosy has covered all his body, he shall pronounce him clean who has the sore. It has all turned white, he is clean. But when the raw flesh appears on him, he shall be unclean. And the priest shall examine the raw flesh, pronounce him to be unclean. For the raw flesh changes and turns white again, he shall come to the priest, and the priest shall examine him, and indeed, if the sore has turned white, then the priest shall pronounce him clean who has the sore. He is clean. If the body develops a boil in the skin, and it is healed, and in the place of the boil there comes a white swelling or a bright spot, reddish white, then it shall be shown to the priest. And if, when the priest sees it, indeed appears deeper than the skin, and its hair has turned white, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean. And it is leprous sore which has broken out the boil. And if the priest examine it, and indeed there are no white hairs in it, then the priest shall isolate him 7 days. And if should at all spread over the skin,